Today we are at the Trinnacle in the Peak District, and over recent years, accidents here have been on the rise. This place is responsible for 1 in 4 mountain rescue callouts in the area. Today I'm going to show you exactly what has led to this rise and how it can be prevented in the future. Spoiler alert, it's not just people falling off the Trinnacle itself, there's a lot more to it. So we are at the start, which is Dovestone Reservoir, on the very edge of the Peak District, literally just up on the road where we're parked. It's probably actually out of the Peak District, so we're right on the edge of it. And with Adam and Nathan today.
Yeah, what's going on?
No accidents, no mountain rescue call-outs. We are not going to be one of the many people that have had to call from here. But at the moment, as you can see, absolutely lovely day. It is a really nice reservoir as this. It's a great walk just to come and do a loop around it by the looks of it. Our route today takes us alongside Dovestone Reservoir before slowly ascending past 2 more smaller reservoirs. From here, all that stands between us and the Trinnacle is the notoriously troublesome waterfall scramble.
Kneel down like you're gonna propose. Yeah, there you go.
So we are going to be climbing up onto there in a bit, but first we've got to go outside of this reservoir. I think this one's called Yeoman Reservoir, possibly. Adam's just gone for a sip of his drink and he must have put his... Look at that, that is poo. Dog poo.
Dog.
He put it down and he just put it straight in dog poo. That is just like the worst thing that could happen, really. So as you can see, it is a really beautiful area around here. And I'm pretty sure I've seen some websites call it England's best walk. I maybe won't go quite that far, but it definitely is a really nice walk. And when it is getting that kind of praise, and also it's been pushed on social media a lot, especially the Trinnacle, which we're going up to, has been pushed a lot. People see it and naturally they want to go, just like I have. I've never done it. I've seen it on social media, admittedly. So I'm saying all this, but I'm exactly like the people that are going up it. I'm guilty. But the thing is, when people come, a lot of people will just say, oh, a nice walk, I'll have a little walk up there. And they don't really appreciate that they are in a bit of a rural area. If you do need a mountain rescue call out in an area like this, you could be waiting at least 2 hours, maybe more. So you need to be very careful and you need to come prepared for what you're doing. One of the big things is weather. As you can see, it's sunny right now, but there is a bit of cloud. In an area like this, it could very easily just cloud over. We could go blind when we're up there. We won't be able to see where we're going. If you've got no navigational skills, once you're in the cloud, you're basically stuffed. You can't see anything. You're just really walking around aimlessly. And when the cloud comes in, it gets colder. So that is one big reason why many people do get lost up here and they have to call out mountain rescue. So make sure you familiarise yourself with basics of how to read a map, how to spot points. Obviously that's a bit difficult in the cloud. And also just make sure you bring enough warm clothes, just in case you do get stuck up on there. At least you'll have some warm clothes to put on. Yeah, it might be nice and warm down here, and it's only 1,000 feet up there, but the weather can change so quickly. So as you can see, it is a really nice area, and so far it's really accessible. So whoever you are, this part of the walk is just so nice and accessible. It maybe even lulls you into a bit of a false sense of security because you think it's going to be nice and steady, but it does get a bit more tricky. And that's where the problems arise. Also right here is another one of the dangers. There you go, danger. You could actually fall off here and bang your head. So don't walk along this wall. It has actually got quite a bit colder now because we're out of the sun. We've climbed up a tiny bit and there's just a bit of wind, and just them few little changes has made it considerably colder than it was. It was nice and warm before, but now just starting to feel the chill on my hands a bit. But we're coming up to one of the next obstacles or dangers of this walk. I've read online there's a scramble. We'll see if it is a scramble. Sometimes people say it's a scramble and it's not a scramble, but I think even the mountain rescue team did say it can cause some issues up here. And also the thing is, when you're in this valley, I don't think you have any phone signal. So if you do have an issue, you're not going to be able to contact anyone. So you definitely do need to be careful. So we now have our first view of the Trinnacle itself. You can kind of make it out. It's just like a rock with 2 rocks. It's kind of split down the middle. Definitely is getting a bit chilly though. Clouds you can see are moving a bit faster because the wind's picked up. There you go, you can see the rocks a bit better now. They do look dangerous. We'll see how hard it looks when we get up there, but from here, I might not even give it a go myself. I'll just review it and see what it looks like. And that's the thing, if you're coming to do a walk like this, you need to not have in your mind, right, I'm doing it. You need to think, right, I'll go up there and I'll just think about it logically. Is this safe? If the conditions don't permit, if you don't feel comfortable, there's no shame in turning around. Just because you've seen someone on social media do it and stand on the top and get a nice picture does not mean that you have to do it. Always take into account your own personal circumstances. There you go, pretty nice little valley here. We've climbed up a tiny bit and now it's going to get a bit steeper, and this is where the scramble is, where there is quite a few accidents because, as you can imagine, you come up here, nice gentle walk on wide tracks, then all of a sudden it starts to get a little bit technical, and it could be difficult if you've not got any experience doing this sort of stuff. So we'll go up and see just how difficult it is. So there you go, that is the waterfall, which we're going to be heading up somehow, wiggling our way up the side of it. So far, it's a little bit more tricky than the wide track, but just watch your feet and you'll be fine. Tiny bit slippy on some rocks where it's a bit damp, but yeah, it's just kind of clambering over little stones and rocks at the moment, not too bad. Right, so we need to cross over to the other side. We could have maybe done it a bit earlier, so we'll go up here and find something to cross. It's nice and easy, nothing too difficult at all. I bet I look really small because I hadn't stood above me looking down. I'm just down here, but yeah, nice and easy so far. As long as you've done like even a tiny bit of scrambling, you'll be completely fine with it. Just need to be careful where you're putting your feet because it could be a bit slippery. Not too bad of a waterfall, is it? So as you can see, some of this is like eroded away and you could easily slip off it, so you definitely do need to take care. So if you fall down that, you're going to need a call out, and that is one of the reasons why there is so many call outs. It definitely has the potential to be dangerous here, and I don't think you really will get much phone signal in here because you're in quite a steep sided valley. Still really nice though. This right here looks like the trickiest bit yet. It's pretty easy going. There's been a few parts which, if you had no experience at all scrambling, you might find a little difficult, but if you're pretty able-bodied, you should be fine if you just take it nice and steady. As you can see though, really nice valley, and surprisingly some of these pools look pretty deep. If it were a bit warmer, maybe I'd get in there and see exactly how deep it is, but not for today. And let's not forget, I'm talking about reducing mountain rescue call-outs, not increasing them by swimming, by adding another element to it. So let's leave it. We're nearly back into the sun now, but coming up there, it's definitely just warmed me up anyway. It wasn't too tiring, but definitely got a bit of heat into me. Absolutely lovely now I'm in the sun. Next stop though is the Trinnacle itself, so let's get up there. Coming up this path though, even if you are careful with scrambling, there is still another issue, and it's just the state of the path. Parts of it, like where I'm stood now, are just mud and it's just eroded away, so you need footwear with good grip. If you come up in trainers, you could just be sliding straight off this. Obviously wear boots, trail runners, something that has a good bit of grip, because your standard trainers, you'll be sliding straight down this. Look at that, that is slippy stuff. I mean, I probably should have just gone where Adam's gone in hindsight, but yeah, there's definitely spots like this where you need some good grip. Here marks the end of the waterfall section. Pretty enjoyable, to be honest. If you've got a little bit of experience, you'll just have great fun up there. Yeah, so it is pretty boggy up here. It did say on multiple reviews it's very boggy, but luckily it's frozen over a bit, so it's not too bad. So as you can see, today we've been blessed with some weather that's not too bad really. So luckily we're not in the cloud, but if you did come up here, the cloud could just randomly come in, because it's that kind of area. It happens in rural places like this. Cloud comes in, all of a sudden you're up here and you've got kind of repetitive moorland, which is really difficult to navigate in when you can't see more than say 15 feet because of the cloud. And then to your right hand side, you've got steep cliffs. So you need to be really careful. That can cause a lot of issues because you're walking along and you can't even see the cliff right next to you. Obviously there is a path, makes it a bit easier, but you still do need to have some navigational knowledge, otherwise you are going to struggle. And yet again, the importance of bringing extra clothes to stay warm. I've also got a hat in my bag, a pair of gloves and another coat, just in case it does get chilly. Some pretty nice landscape around here though. It looks like there's been almost like a big rock fall over the years. Pretty cool. So you can see the waterfall just down there, which you scramble up the side of. It does look quite good from here. You can see the path going alongside it. Definitely a really nice and enjoyable walk up there. Just need to take a bit of care as you go up there though. So we just come on edge of this rock, prepare myself for the Trinnacle. Obviously not going to go too close to it. But yeah, that's an interesting rock that them people are on over there. Looks like if you went on the far side of it, just tilt off the edge, doesn't it? So that's that rock that we just stood on there. I didn't realise it had such an overhang. It is a pretty long way down there. Don't want to be falling down that. I can't believe someone actually has fallen off. Not this bit, but that bit over there. Fell off and somehow managed to survive, so that's a bit of a miracle. I don't think I'd be taking my chances with that. There's the Trinnacle itself. You can see it looks a bit dodgy. You have to go around that ledge and then climb up onto it. Here is my attempt at getting on the Trinnacle. Luckily it was dry and there wasn't any ice. I would not attempt walking on this thin ledge if it was slippy or windy. There's a large drop to your right hand side, so you definitely need to take care. After this, the scramble up to the top is pretty easy if you have any sort of scrambling experience. Once up, you feel like you're on top of the world. Keep an eye on your feet, as one wrong step here could end pretty badly. It's good to know that other hikers were quick to caution me of the danger of climbing between the two rocks.
You're not going on to that other one. I mean, I don't know you, but I'm telling you.
After evaluating the situation, I decided I could make the step between the two rocks without putting myself in too much danger. Although coming back, I was definitely scared to make the leap, despite it being so small and well within my capability. In comparison to Adam, who jumped onto the higher ledge. At the end of the day, it's all about staying within your limit and doing what you're comfortable with, not what someone else is. Really, really nice spot, but also very dangerous. If you have a slip off there, you're going to be getting very seriously injured. We're just walking along this path here. The easy part now, you could say, still a pretty big drop to the side here. I wasn't really concentrating too much. I was looking ahead for somewhere to go for lunch. Slipped and just like nearly slipped down it. It wasn't that close, but if I slipped and rolled, would have gone down it. That's everything you need to know to safely explore one of the Peak District's most popular spots. If you enjoyed or found the video useful, please leave a like and drop a sub. You can check out one of my other videos here.